All right. Hello again, Avengers, and welcome to another exciting daily vlog. This is daily vlog numero 3. So today, I have been thinking a lot about exactly what I want this daily vlogging thing to turn into. Because right now it's just me talking to a camera, and there's no theme or structure or anything to it, and I wasn't sure if that's the way I want for this to go, because as chaotic as Daily December is, there is kind of a structure to it. Like the entire intent and purpose of Daily December is to try new things and to experience new things and stretch myself as a creator. This daily vlogging thing is not Daily December. I'm not doing this to try and experiment with new things or anything. I'm doing this because I am enjoying daily vlogging. And again, I've talked about this before, but daily vlogging used to be a big deal. Or not a big deal, but it's a popular thing to do on YouTube for a number of years. And it just isn't. I don't think... I personally do not know a single daily vlogger on YouTube anymore. If you guys do know a few people that still do daily vlogging, let me know. But it just got out of fashion. A lot of it being because the format itself doesn't generally play well with the algorithm as it is right now. The algorithm heavily favors high production value, very high concept. So the stuff that looks professionally done. And daily vlogging has always had a bit of a homegrown feel to it. And the fact that most daily vlogs aren't scripted, like unscripted in general, and things with ums and ahs and the things like that, just don't play well with the algorithm. Because the entire purpose of the algorithm is to get more ad views on things. Like that's what it's designed to help them sell ads. That's what it's always been. YouTube in and of itself is the entire purpose of the platform is to sell ads. Like that's what it's been for over a decade. And they have come up they've made decisions based on what they think will get the most people to watch the most ads with the highest retention rate. And right now, their view is longer, not super long, but longer content that looks professionally done is the best for ads. And then super short content, i.e. shorts, are good as kind of infection vectors to get people to the platform. And then they will interpose shorts to get your attention and then longer videos to get you to watch ads, because shorts are notoriously bad for advertisers in general. So yeah, all that to say, as far as this daily vlogging thing is going to go, I think I am going to leave it to the kind of traditional daily vlogging. I'm not going to, for things like discovering new dragons and designing new dragons, those are not going to supplant my daily vlog for the day. I'm going to make a vlog where I talk to a camera every single day until I stop daily vlogging. And then in addition to that, I'm going to be doing my designing new dragons and discovering new dragons. And I have other stuff too, as a slight update to stuff that I did during Daily December. I made that video about I had two strokes of genius. Both of those strokes of genius now have hard copies. And what I mean by that is one of them, I came up with an idea for kind of a video series that I think is interesting, that I don't think I have seen this particular iteration of the idea on YouTube before, though it's similar to a lot of other kind of very popular short form videos. It's just my little spin on it. And in order to pull it off, I had to actually write a script, which I have already done. I have the script completed. I've done proofreading on it. For the most part, it's finalized. Obviously, during recording, I might change things. And originally, I was going to get a bunch of friends to do it with me because the script itself is written for multiple characters. And so I was going to get a bunch of friends to do it with me to make things easier on me. And we just record it through Zoom and it'd be real simple and easy. However, getting people to come together, even with the fact that this particular script is like 2 pages long, which for a script is real short, especially when you have multiple characters. That is an extremely short scene. And the dialogue itself is very fast. And so I don't think the video itself is going to be short enough to be a short, because shorts have to be less than a minute. And I think this is probably going to clock in anywhere between 1.5 minutes and maybe about 2 to 3 minutes. So it's still going to be a short video. It's just not going to be a YouTube short. But even getting people together long enough to just read through a few minute long script is a pain in the ass, especially since I think there's like 4 or 5 characters in that particular thing. And then, like I said, I see this as being a new series that I do every so often on the channel. And if I was to do that with multiple people every time I wanted to make a new video, I would have to get them all together again, which would be a pain in the ass. So now I'm trying to pivot more towards just doing all the characters myself, being a dungeon master and an actor. Portraying multiple characters is something I used to do. I still do all the time. I have conversations with myself in front of other people during my D&D games. Not a lot, because I don't like to take too much of the spotlight away from the players. But every so often, like, I'll get on a roll and I'll just have 2 NPCs talking to each other while the players just watch. And generally, my players enjoy it, because there's rarely, if ever, a time that that's happening and it's serious. Normally, it's things like Gareth and Steven, who are 2 characters that I just insert into all my games. Gareth is all, I'm Gareth. And then Steven talks like this and he goes, Gareth! I don't like this. Shut up, Steven. But Gareth! And their names change randomly. Like, sometimes Gareth will be Steven and sometimes Steven will be Gareth. And it just depends on what I think is funnier at the time to say in my kind of whiny voice. Gareth! I don't like this anymore. So, but yeah, so that's what I've been kind of focusing on and trying to find a way to make these look a little bit better than me just talking to a camera. And so I've been experimenting with, looking at wearing different costumes or hats or something to differentiate each character, and looking at using background replacement software to basically give each character a different background to make it easier to differentiate, because something in most videos I've seen like this is they do something to differentiate the characters so that without the character speaking and without having to have some kind of label or something on there, you instantly know which character you're talking to. There's a creator named Call Me Chris, who's brilliant, and I will never be anywhere near as talented as she is. That being said, she does these great sketches where she portrays all the different characters, and my personal favorite ones are the ones where she portrays a bunch of like little kids, and I can't remember any of the names right now, but it's really, really funny. If you've never watched, like, her YouTube channel is Call Me Chris with a K. Check out her stuff. She is so brilliant and so insanely talented and skilled, like incredibly skilled. But anyway, one of the things that she does is each different character, not only do they have like different voices and things like that, but they will all have different costumes that she wears. And sometimes like with the each different character, I mean, and then sometimes with the kid characters, she actually has like just expressions that she uses for them. I wish I could remember the character's name, but one of them, she uses these little like doll hands, and she'll get the camera real close. So you'll just sit there going, "Hote," and it's really funny stuff. She's really great. So anyway, I'm just trying to think about things that I could add to each one of these characters to kind of exemplify the characteristics of that Kiki character. So I've been playing around with that. In addition, the other stroke of genius I have that I'm not willing to go into details about because it's still very, very early, and this particular stroke of genius could actually turn into something real, something that exists far beyond YouTube. And so I'm being significantly more careful about talking with anyone about it. But I have officially gotten into the kind of nitty gritty of writing things down and going into full kind of planning design mode for this project. And I got a lot of stuff done last night. It was only a few hours, but I've been, again, the way that I do things is I spend just unbelievably large amounts of time just planning things in my head. And I will go like in depth in planning and things like that. And so that's what I've been doing with this project, is coming with a lot of ideas in my head and throwing out the ones I didn't think would work and keeping the ones I did think would work. And yeah, it finally got to the point where I needed to write it down, and so I did. And I've actually fleshed out the kind of bones of this project pretty well. There's still a long way to go. But if things go super, super well and I can get my brain to let me work on this project, I might have something that I can show to people in a few months. And after that, I might have something ready for the entire public. Like in a few months, I might have something that's solid enough that I can start asking other people to kind of look at it and see, hey, does this look cool? Does this not look cool? But maybe in 6 months to a year, I might have an actual product that I can show to the public. But who knows? It may, again, the last project I did was actually, it was a tabletop RPG thing. It was my Blood Knight, and that took me something like 2 years to do. Not because I was working for 2 years, but I would have these brief instances where I could start writing, I could start doing things, and then my brain would just go, no, you're not allowed to deal with that. And then I wasn't able to work on it for like a year and a half. And then I just got to this thing where, no, I think I can do it, and I created the Blood Knight. So yeah, who knows? This may turn into nothing. It may fizzle and fade out. It may be the worst thing that I've ever done in my life. But yeah, we're trying to see what's gonna happen with it. Who knows? It may be a big deal. It may be absolutely nothing. But I'm proud of the work that I've put into it thus far. And even if it never turns into something that I ever release to the public, I still think it's a good use of my time for no other reason than it gives me kind of a purpose. So, but anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Also, I have a D&D game that I have to do. I have to do the pre-production stuff for in like 15 minutes. So I can't really talk any more today. But at least going forward, expect that any of my daily vlogs are going to be just me talking to a camera, and anything that is not just me talking to a camera or more structured than that, like my designing new dragons, or I've been also kicking around the idea of doing some lore videos for my my custom campaign setting for D&D that I run my D&D campaigns in. I've been thinking about just doing lore videos for that, so if people want to start getting into my my D&D games and they feel like, because again they've been going on for years, they can't, I can use these kind of lore videos to kind of introduce the world and everything, and then eventually do some campaign recap videos so that people can know what had happened previously in the campaign before what's currently going on. It'd be easier for people to be able to tune in live. But anyway, that's going to be all for me today. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.